All right, today's conversation is work like a farmer, think like a hunter. Write it down. Work like a farmer, think like a hunter. I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to really slow down because it's important. Work like a farmer. Think like a hunter. It's not the other way around. And too many people in sales and real estate work like a hunter. They're on a mission to get a listing, get a buyer, get a listing, get a buyer today, recruit somebody to their team today. They're hunting. And the secret to success is to work like a farmer and then think like a hunter. Now, I'm going to walk through that with you for, step by step. But first of all, characteristics of a farmer. Number one, they get up early. What time do you get up? Do you have an opportunity clock that wakes you up? It's not an alarm clock. So if you're still calling it an alarm clock, stop. Alarm clock is negative. Opportunity clock is positive. I've never heard of an alarm going off that announces something good is going to happen. Unless you're at Walmart, it's a blue light special, I guess. And it's an opportunity clock. If you heard it, you have an opportunity to get up. All right. Do you wake up with an opportunity clock or do you just wake up? Do you hit the snooze button and roll back over? If you're hitting the snooze button and rolling back over, then the pillow won. You're in a competition with your pillow every single morning. And getting up early is victory of the pillow. That opportunity clock went off at 5 a.m. and you got up. Even though you didn't want to, that's victory of the pillow. All right, cool. So farmers get up early in the morning. Secondly, they have a routine. They do the same thing every morning. And they focus on the routine, not the results. Important, write it down. They have a routine. They do the same thing every day, and they focus on the routine, not the results. The third characteristic of a farmer is they have faith. They have faith in the desired outcome. If they didn't, they would give up. They'd walk out to that crop and go, where's the corn? There's no corn. I've been doing this for 30 days and I still don't have corn. Screw it, I give up. They have faith in the desired result. Now, as real estate agents, you should time block every single part of your day. It's working like a farmer, by the way. Start by getting up early. You want to be more successful, wake up an hour earlier every day than you are currently waking up. If you do that, you're adding 365 hours to the year. Now, if your productive time is worth $100 an hour, then take 365 times $100, and that's how much income you're adding to the year just by getting up an hour earlier every morning. Sorry. All right. The first few hours of every single day should be time blocked for personal growth. Now, whatever that looks like to you, that's the answer. Okay. For me, it's spiritual time. It's reading. It's studying. It's writing in my journal. Ideally, it's exercise. And here's what I can tell you, being completely transparent. I get into really good habits and I get out of really good habits. I don't have bad habits. I get into really good habits and I get out of really good habits. In other words, for a period of 2 years, I walked 6 days a week. It was just automatic. I wake up, go for a walk. And it was 3 to 4 miles. And it was good physically, but it was more importantly mentally. Now, I've gotten out of that habit and I could really use getting back in that habit, especially here, dealing with a lot of stuff. And my mental mindset is important. It's more important now than it has been in a long time. I should go for a walk. All right. So the first couple hours every day are your routine is personal growth. The next time block you're going to put in your calendar is lead generation, because it's your number one job. Until lead generation is done, everything else is a distraction. Everyone else is a distraction. And in today's market, I want you to push for more. The key to success is to double down. Whatever you've done a year ago for the results you got a year ago, or you did 2 years ago for the results you got 2 years ago, we're not in that market anymore. In order to get the same results, listen to me carefully. I didn't say better results. In order to get the same results, you're going to have to double down on your lead generation efforts. Now, if you disagree with me, cool, it's fine. I'm speaking to you from experience. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I know what it took to be successful in the last real estate shift between 2006 and 2012. And you're going to need to double down. What does that look like? Well, you got to define it. You've got to define what lead generation is. In order to be able to work like a farmer, you have to know, what does a farmer do? Well, you're a real estate agent, you're a farmer. And what does a farmer do? What do you do as a real estate agent that defines lead generation? For me, it's 3 hours, it's 20 conversations, it's adding one new person to my database, it's building relationships, it's having value-added conversations with people that I'm in relationship with, it's asking people, who do you know that might be thinking of selling a home in the next 30 days? It's finding somebody who's interested in selling their home and meeting with them face-to-face. Now, translate that to farming. Everything I said, I could say, okay, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to go out, I'm going to milk the cows. First thing I'm going to do, that's my lead generation. I am going to work the field. I'm either preparing it to plant new harvest, or I'm taking care of the seeds that I planted a month ago. I'm watering, fertilizing, taking care of the ground. These are my daily activities that are working like a farmer, that define the activities that I do in order to end up at the desired result. Same thing is true for you. Now, the purpose of lead generation is to schedule appointments. Write it down if you didn't already know that. It's to schedule appointments. Now, I'm not saying listing appointments. I want you to go on listing appointments, but I don't want you to be focused on listing appointments only. I want you to focus on getting an appointment. In other words, if I'm calling an expired listing, my goal is to get in the door and meet with that seller, period. It's not to get a listing appointment. Yes, ultimately, it's to get a listing appointment. But the way I think, and I know not everybody thinks this way, but the way I think, calling expired sellers, calling listings that came off the market, the seller didn't expire, they're still there. Calling expired listings, looking for a listing appointment, and not going unless you get a listing appointment is like a farmer going out to the field, planting corn seed, and walking out 3 hours later and going, where's the crop? Why do I not have corn? Where the heck is the corn? I'm not doing this unless I can grow corn in 2 hours. To me, get the appointment, get face-to-face, regardless of what they say. They're going to hire another realtor, go. They're only paying X amount of percentage, go. They want $500,000 more for their home than it's worth, go. Get face-to-face with them. You're working like a farmer. Now, another thing that you're going to put in your calendar every day that's critically important to working like a farmer is follow-up. Follow-up is the key to success. We either succeed through follow-up or we fail through the lack of follow-up. Holy cow, if you're writing notes, write that down. You either succeed through follow-up or you fail through the lack of follow-up. It's farming. You go out every single day, you water and fertilize the crops. You wake up the next morning, you do the same thing. You wake up the next morning, you do the same thing. You wake up 3 months later, you do the same thing. And eventually you have acres and acres and acres and acres of corn. Now, as a real estate agent, you wake up every single day and you call for sell-by owners, you call expired listings, you circle prospect around a property that just sold. You call your database in order to nurture those relationships. You're bringing value. You are having care calls, not sale calls. You're asking people, hey, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home in the next 6 months. You're waking up every single day and you're doing this. It's farming. Now, if you look up at the end of the week and say, I didn't get any listings, screw it, it doesn't work, you're not farming. You're thinking like a hunter versus thinking like, you're working like a hunter versus working like a farmer and thinking like a hunter. I want you to think like a hunter. Now, what does that mean? All right, thinking like a hunter. I call Greg. It's a follow-up call. Hey, Greg, John Dietz, following up as promised. It's been 30 days since the last time since I was at your home. And I'm just curious, is your home sold? Have you had any offers on your home? What kind of feedback are you getting? You know, Greg, I see that your home was on the market for $700,000. Just out of curiosity, what kind of offers did you get? If you could get that same offer today, what would you do? Remind me, Greg, when your home sells, or if your home would have sold, where are you moving to? What's important to you about moving to Tampa? Are you still interested in getting there? Now, Greg, I want you to talk to me. This is actually a role play, okay, man? And I'm picking you because you had your camera on. Guys, by the way, if you have your camera on, you're live bait. I'm going to call on you. Now, Greg, if you're the seller and you responded to any one of those questions, knowing that you're a professional realtor, you're having these type of conversations, what kind of responses do you think I'm getting?
You could get surprised at someone saying that, well, I'm actually planning on purchasing a place in the summer, but in between there, I'm staying at my mother's or something like that, right?
Okay. Really good. Now, for me, I'm not sure if Greg is selling a home or not selling a home in this conversation, okay? But let's just pretend for a moment that he is selling a home. So, Greg, you're going to be staying at your home, your mother's home. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. What about your home? Are you still interested in selling it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. If you got an offer today, what does an offer look like that you would accept?
It would need to be about 850.
Okay. What was the highest offer you had when you had it on the market?
We only got around, it was in the high sevens.
Okay, so let's say 795. If you knew 795 was the right price, what would you do if you got an offer for 795? I mean, what's plan B if you can't get in the mid 80s, 800s?
It's a good question. I think we wanted to, give it more time, but I didn't really think it through. Like we're wanting to get closer to 850.
Okay, I see opportunity. Do you guys see opportunity? The moment you see opportunity, you become a hunter. You transition from working like a farmer to working like a hunter because you're thinking like a hunter. And as soon as I see opportunity, Greg, if I'm being too aggressive, please forgive me. However, if you were to hire a professional like me, listen to the embedded commands, guys, hire a professional like me. If you were to hire a professional like me, you would want to hire an aggressive agent, wouldn't you? Now, what's he going to say, guys? No, I want a pushover. I want somebody who's not going to work. I want a lazy real estate agent. He has to say yes, doesn't he? Don't you, Greg?
Yeah.
If you were to hire a professional, you would want to hire a professional like me, wouldn't you? All right, so if I'm being too aggressive, please forgive me. However, it sounds like you might be thinking that it's the right time to hire a professional. And if I could show you that I could sell your home for the most amount of money the market will bring in the shortest period of time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that?
Yeah, like how would you do that? What do you think I can get?
That's a great question, and that's exactly why we need to get together. Does tomorrow at noon work, or would one be better for you?
I can do one.
Okay. Thanks. You were a great role play partner, Greg. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. I described to you the daily habits of a farmer. I shared with you what that looks like as a real estate agent. Understanding that your job every single day is to work like a farmer, to think like a hunter. As soon as you see opportunity, transition to be a hunter. I'll use a fishing term. For those of you who have been fishing in the ocean or scuba diving, it's blood in the water. When there's blood in the water, watch out. You're a shark. The moment there's blood in the water, you become a shark. Now, I'm super easygoing. I am going to take my time building relationships. This is true as a recruiter too, guys. Everything I'm sharing with you transitions right from being a farmer to being a real estate agent to being a recruiter and building teams. They all apply. I am building relationships, not pushy, just persistent. However, the moment I see opportunity, I'll become a shark and watch out. All right, take yourself off mute. Talk to me. What'd you hear? Mary Lou, that's a good question. You know, I'm live on Facebook. I can't answer that question.
No, I really like the thinking of being a farmer and become a hunter when it's necessary. So really,
Right.
this is amazing. It's a good analogy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Thank you,
You're
Lauren.
giving us permission to be more aggressive because the justification is that at the end of the day, your client is going to be wanting and expecting that. Really, they might not know it, but that's really what they want.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Boom. Greg, you're my new favorite. At least for the next 30 seconds. Sorry, Lonnie, it'll be you again here in just a minute or two. That was it. We're still recording. So if you're watching this recording, rewind about 30 seconds and listen to what Greg said again. Then rewind it again and listen to what Greg said again. You've got this limiting belief in your head that says being aggressive is bad. Being aggressive is not bad. Holy cow. If I hire an attorney to go to court and fight my case, I want an aggressive agent, not somebody who's just going to lay down and let the other side run them over. All right. Sorry about that. I got a little bit fired up. All right. I'm reading the chat, guys. Just take yourself off mute and talk to me.
So help me understand the doubling down your business is going to produce the same income from past year. Help me understand that. I'm trying to double my business. So therefore I was like, I'll double what I did that worked last year. So hearing that, help me understand.
All right. Well, first of all, Corey, don't get discouraged. All right. And keep yourself off mute because I want to talk to you. I want you to talk to me. First of all, don't get discouraged.
Okay, got it.
It is 100% possible to double your business in a declining market. We did it. The Dietz team did. We went from not even being in the top 100 agents in our market in 2006, 7 to being one of the top 5 agents in our market by 2010.
Nice.
So 100%, it's absolutely possible to double your business in a declining market. However, the answer to your question is it's a math equation. If there are fewer homes being sold, for example, in 2021, there were 6.2 million homes sold in the United States in 2021. In 2022, there was approximately 4.9 million homes sold. So there were approximately 1.3 million fewer homes sold. And there were more real estate agents in 2021 than there was 2022. So it's a simple math equation. There's fewer homes being sold by more real estate agents. So the pool of available buyers and sellers gets smaller. And because it does, we have to double down on our efforts in order to get the same results that we got when the market was hot. Now, remember,
Got it.
I said you don't, it's not, I'm not saying it's not possible to grow your business, because it absolutely is. But you got to start with the mindset that I'm going to have to do more in order to maintain my level of business.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of sense.
There
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah, there you go. One of my affirmations that I have for myself, Corey, is real estate agents can have more money to spend on marketing than I do. They can have more experience than I do. They can have more skill than I do, but they can't outwork me. Try. It's not possible.
Sorry, they can't out what?
They can't outwork me. If I get on the treadmill side by side with anyone, Lonnie, they're going to quit before I do. They're going to give up before I do. It may take time, but they're eventually going to give up. I won't, because I'm not afraid to die on the treadmill. I won't stop. It's the greatest asset I have. I have deep within me the inability to give up. It's not possible. I've had 2 people in the last couple of days, because of things that are going on that I'm not going to share, for the same reason I'm not going to answer Mary Lou's question. I've had 2 people in the last couple of days ask me, John, what are you going to do? And my response was, I'm pressing on. It's the only option I've got. There is no other option. I will not stop. Try to stop me. You can't.
Right. I like it.
All right. I'm sure I'm going to get a letter on that last one. Make it a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Have a great day. See you soon.
Yeah.